Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, our Democratic Brazil campaign. Right now we are doing our best to hold out in Greece. We've got a pretty solid line there, with 3 divisions helping to hold the line against some Italian and some German troops um, as they're attempting to advance down to Athens. Let's stop that attack. That doesn't look helpful right now. We have some subs patrolling the Mediterranean, taking on Italian shipping. We've got an air unit patrolling North Africa. Not too much going on there. So we're kind of at a standstill. British are pretty successfully handling this Italian naval invasion. They're down to just one naval base here. They're not going to be able to supply that invasion force. That'll get knocked out pretty quick. For our Air Force, we have really just this single group of fighters. Let's actually redeploy them to Greece and see if they can help hold that peninsula in the air. Make sure we've gotten them assigned to the right region. Now, in looking at this map, I don't really see... Oh, there's an invasion in Norway. We have pretty limited troops that we can use right now. This 42 with infantry is this bear paw, and then we have our regular 21 with infantry. What else do we have here? I'm not sure what the wolf... Oh, the wolf is the medium armor. So that's the other template we're going to be transitioning our troops to. We add some medium armor to that division, give them some hardness, and make the division a little more durable. How's this attack looking down here? Yeah, this is looking good. They're getting worn down with all these divisions in just one province. They're not going to be able to hold that together, and they're going to slowly get worn down. We have our 4 research slots now, and I'm debating the merits of the rocket artillery. If we compare it to our regular artillery, 12 defense, 30 soft attack, 2 piercing, 9 breakthrough, 1 hard attack. So let's see, can we get them side by side? We have less defense, same soft attack, less piercing. So we really get our advantage in breakthrough. However, this does give us rocket launchers that we can throw on tanks, which dramatically increase the soft attack, though they reduce breakthrough, and add rocket rails, which improve the ground attack and logistic strike of our fighters. So that's something to consider. Being 1941, first let's make sure we've got our industry techs up to date. I know I forgot about those a little bit last time. Normally when I'm playing, that is the number one thing I am always on top of, making sure those industry techs are fully decked out. Let's get limited conscription in place, and the reason I'm going to do that is because we're going to switch to total mobilization, I think. And that's going to knock out a little bit of our manpower, so we want to have all the manpower we can, so that we don't get any negative effects from switching to total mobilization. There we go. We see the Brits knocking out that Italian attack. They've already taken close to 2 million casualties. That's going to be a rough go for the Italians. How are casualties looking in the rest of our faction here? The Soviets have only taken 113,000. The Germans have taken 1.76 million. And we've got a lot of these other countries who've taken a ton of casualties, like France, Poland, Belgium took a lot. United Kingdom has taken close to 1 million. So they're probably not in a great manpower situation right now. So what can we really do to help the Allies here? First, let's check how our fighters are doing. We lost 4 fighters. We've disrupted some bombers, but we haven't shot anything down. 3 of those were accident losses. That's a little surprising to me. Do we have any aces? No, we don't have any aces yet. Let's check out our construction. Building 1 military factory. Good. Production. Infantry equipment looks good. We're working on our medium tanks. We're upgrading fighters. Might be able to stop this train production. Let's take a look at our artillery. See how much we have stored. So we have a little bit of British artillery somehow. And we actually have 381 stored for our improved artillery. So that's good. Trains. We have 67 trains stored. Or 36. Maybe that's how many extra versus how many in use. So I'm going to stop train production for now. We've got plenty. We'll devote that extra production to tanks. I'd like to start putting more tanks in our divisions and make those a little more robust. How's our Navy doing? We're planning to build out destroyers. We're building a lot of destroyers right now. There we go. CAS effort went through. And before we jump anywhere else, let's take a look at the focuses. Naval production, that's one to consider. Air production, we're just building fighters right now. I'd like to build more. Let's see, these might not honestly be worth it. Secret weapons would be good. I think I saw someone list that on maybe the comments on Reddit. I posted a Reddit thread about this. Or it might have been another thread I was reading on Reddit about the secret weapons focus. Because even though we're not really going to use the secret weapons, I'm not planning on developing the rockets and all that, that it would still be useful to have the bonuses for electronics. So what can we have here? Speed and experience gain. Commerce rating is going to be good for us because we are going to be pretty sub-focused. We'll have that one in place. Let's speed this up. How is the battle in Italy looking? Oh, they just reinforced it. So I won't be able to take it. Here we go. We just had that factory get built. Let's build another. Now, I know Japan is justifying against us. So they're probably going to enter the war soon. Let's see who their allies are. In some games, I've seen Japan, get an ally in Peru, especially. I think it's usually just Peru. Sometimes Venezuela. But I know Peru will sometimes be an ally of Japan. So we want to be ready for that if that happened. But it doesn't look like it so far. How are Peru's politics? Fascist. They are giving docking rights to Germany and Italy, but it doesn't look like they're lined up with the Japanese yet. So now we can start to look at, we've got this third engine researched, and I'm wondering about starting to get some close air support. That might be a good place for us to go, because we'll have a decent number of factories. Here we go, here we go. Now we've got a little bit of a breakthrough from this invasion. So these two divisions are better for holding the line, but they'll do for an attack like this. So these two divisions are good for holding the line, but it's one division holding out against them who's surrounded, a little beat up. I think they'll be just fine to take it. Now I'm going to leave this division in place for now, but let's send some other troops over. Let's start to ship some more troops across. In case this turns into a bigger front, I want to be able to exploit that. And what I really should do, I think, is set up a garrison order somewhere that's closer, so I'll be ready to move more troops in and really commit to it when we're ready. Let's show some field commanders who we could promote here. This guy's still just a 1. That's unfortunate. I was hoping with the experience he had that he'd have some better stats. So where can we put this that we won't end up just crushing supply? I'll put them in Egypt, a few other places in the Mediterranean here, just to get them moving across the Atlantic. And that leaves us with a very small garrison force, with just 4 divisions still in Brazil. How big is our army? Let's check this out. So we have 350,000 troops. Not huge, but we're getting there. I don't want to start building too quickly. Actually, why don't I? I don't know why. I tend to be cautious when I play games, but maybe I should be a little more aggressive here. So let's edit this front line. Let's get them going all the way across, and we can get our 5 divisions lined up to help hold this. I'm going to send another division to this province here, just to make certain that they don't advance through. All accident losses here. And what do we got? Missing equipment production. We need carrier fighters. Interesting. How is my Air Force looking? We have 12 extra fighters stored. We could actually use some more fighter production too. That would be helpful. Oh, and we need convoys. We are not producing convoys because we've been devoting all of our naval production to destroyers. But let's get some convoys going. Could also use... Okay. We're not getting the tungsten because we don't have the convoys to get it. Makes sense. So once we get those convoys, we'll be in much better shape. How long will it take to build those? We don't need too many. And we'll just add these guys to the garrison for now. Where is this invasion? Egypt? And I wonder why we don't have the supply. That could be... It would make sense if that was because we didn't have the convoys to get them supplied adequately. So as we're looking at these troops here in Greece, let's plan an offensive line. I don't know if we want to push all the way to Sofia, but we want to get these ports and maybe just take it across to Turkey. That will be our ideal offensive line. We could actually use a little more for the convoys for now. Let's get those moving. And we've actually got the improved medium tank chassis now. I don't know if we actually want to push for the engine upgrades. We probably need those, to be honest. So let's see what we can build out for an upgraded tank. Now this is going to be a support for infantry. I'm not too worried about the heart attack because we're not going to be facing too many tank divisions right now. Always like radios. Special modules. We want to increase the armor where we can, so I'm going to roll with sloped armor. Let's see. I might go small cannon, but the heavy machine gun is cheap. And then another special module, we have just one. Let's see. The additional machine guns don't actually do a lot. We could do extra ammunition storage. I think that would be helpful for us. We will definitely need to upgrade the engine if we go with gas, or with diesel. So let's stick with gas for now. And we've got riveted. We can do cast or welded. I think I'm going to go with welded, because that doesn't have the production cost penalty that cast does. And we're not going to worry too much about pushing the speed too high, because it's really going to be part of an infantry division. Let's pick a good looking model here. I don't know, I don't like a lot of these models. There we go. This is our medium tank 2. And we'll start producing that instead. Now let's back down our artillery production. And we've got a few factories left. So let's check out a, oh, we actually don't have that tech yet for the CAS. So we'll just throw those extra factories at tanks for now until we are ready to start building CAS. Might be worth it to start building some extra fighters as well, since we are looking at our Air Force. So Japan declared war on the Dutch East Indies. Where are my other divisions here? Alright, the US is on our side now, which is great. So who are we fighting against here? Okay, so we're going at it with Japan. I think the odds of Japan invading us are next to 0, but I'm not going to bet against it. So I'll just keep an eye out for any of those naval invasion alerts on Japan. And we do have more factories here. I'm just going to keep building military. We're not getting much from trade. What are we exporting? Rubber. Rubber's our real export. We got 15 left. So we can turn that into a couple of extra factories, but probably not much. Where are my convoys going? I wonder if it's because we're using a bunch to move troops overseas. If that's where all of our convoys are right now. But hopefully in building more, we'll be able to get those troops supplied. I don't want to force an attack yet. I think we're just going to focus on holding this line for now. There we go. We're up to 60% of our convoys. Wonder if the US would give us some. Let's ask. We need convoys. And let's see. They will not give us medium tanks. Will they give us fighters? They will not give us fighters. That's all right. Convoys are what we need. And the Raj will give us convoys. That's great. So let's look at total mobilization. We lose consumer good factories, military factory construction speed, recruitable population. Let's go for it. So we're actually going to be negative in recruitable population. Looks like I didn't think that through. That we've got 2.5% here, and we're going to be minus 3%. So that could present a problem for us. We'll see how that actually goes in practice. I'm guessing poorly. Now with these extra slots we've got, I'm looking at, ooh, we got the anti-tank cannon that we can throw on close air support. But let's keep going with this main artillery, because that's what a lot of our troops use. It's just regular artillery. I haven't done anything with the flame tanks yet, but I've seen a lot of people talk about them. I haven't used them. And I am just concerned about that manpower situation. I'm not sure exactly how bad that's going to go for us, but I'm guessing not good. Alright, so we now have the tech we need to start looking at some close air support. So let's go bomb locks. And then fighter weapons. We've only got heavy machine guns. So I don't know if we actually want to use those right now. There's no reason to go light machine guns. There's no benefit there. Just worse air attack. We can go 1 engine 3. And let's see, we got 900 range here. That's good. How's our ground attack? 6. And we actually can do interception with it. And we could do naval strike. So if we add a bomb bay, this is actually, what if we throw more bomb locks on it? How's that look? That improves our ground attack quite a bit. So let's change up the look here. Go with this, looks a little like a P-47 maybe. And we'll start building some of these guys. Might back off my small arms a bit, back off my tanks a bit, and start building some more casts. Let's make sure we've got all the resources we need. Just short on aluminum. So once we get some casts going, that should help our troops. And let's flip this over to air superiority. Make sure our planes are dominating the skies, not just there. We have a sub-on-sub battle here with some support from British vessels. I wonder if we should send our subs to the Atlantic here and try to mess with German trade. Even like in the North Sea, because they've got to go through here. Let's do that. Let's create a new fleet. And we will put them in the Danish Belt and North Sea. And just throw them on convoy raiding. Who do we have for a commander? Fabio. But what does this guy have? He has concealment. So I think I definitely want to use him for my subs. And we'll use this guy for our main battle fleet. So we have the troops in place for a big push. I just don't know if we have the supplies in place for a big push. Let's see if we can attack this province and start a little bit of a breakthrough. We've got one division running now. I wonder if any of these Greek troops will jump in with us. There we go. We've got another division bailing. They're sending one Italian division to reinforce. I don't think it's going to be enough. We might be able to push through. It's going to be tight. But this, you know what it was? It was the division with the tanks. They had the, just the brawn to push it through. National focuses. Let's do technology sharing. I'm not certain exactly how that works, but probably won't hurt. Now that we've got a few close air support, let's just get that wing set up so as those planes get built, they'll get deployed. So here we go. Nice naval battle, taking out a bunch of German transports. And the Germans have to keep the sea lane open. That's the only way they can supply their troops in Norway. There we go. We're building up that close air support wing. Where else can we push through? This is mountainous, so our tanks won't be as useful. But I think we've got, with all the infantry we have here, I think it'll be enough to start making some progress. Here we go. And look at that. More German transports sunk. I'm actually going to build just one more destroyer. And then we will switch back to subs, because I think the subs are going to be helpful. I flip-flop on Navy. I like the idea of having a legitimate blue water Navy here as Brazil. But being part of the Allies with the Americans and the British, there's really nothing I'm going to add as Navy. Now here we're running into an issue with supply. Let's make sure we go full motorization to get trucks in here and see if we can keep them a little more supplied. I don't think we have the troops for a breakthrough here. Let's see, all our fighters are going down just to accidents. That's unfortunate. I'd rather see that some actual air battles here. Wonder if we can, you know what, let's just send our Cass over. Can we train them up first? It's going to be tough to train with how few planes we have. I think that as it reinforces, that experience will just average right back down. Because we have, yeah, we're at 2 planes a week. That's going to kick up as we start producing more. Is there anywhere we need to start getting our planes going? Here we go. These are just some bombers we're facing out here. And as we're disrupting them, disrupting some naval bombers, hopefully we'll actually shoot some down rather than just have our own planes crash. Bismarck Sea. I believe that is, yeah, that's in the Pacific. We got some Japanese attacks on Americans there. Let's do the fighter ace initiative and get some ace generation going. And then we'll keep going with improving our subs for naval doctrine. I don't know if I want to send any troops to help in Norway, because I'm worried about the supply situation getting too dicey there. I think my big contribution is going to be naval and keeping the German supplies out of Norway. 1942, we're actually behind in infantry weapons, so let's keep pushing on those techs. I'm going to send a couple more divisions to Brazil, and hopefully we can use these to break through. Where is my close air support? There we go. These guys are a little bit experienced, so we'll get them over to Greece and taking part in some fun there. They can at least defend themselves a little bit in the air, and they should be picking up some experience from contributing to these ground battles. Now we can upgrade our cast because we just unlocked cannons. We don't need drop tanks. Non-strategic materials usage. Dive brakes might be good. What are dive brakes good for here? What do they add? It doesn't say specifically. Adds production cost, adds weight. I'll try it. And let's see. We reduce our time ahead penalty there. Let's go with support weapons. Just give our infantry that little extra boost. How about a dockyard? Because we could use a little more support in our navy. We're up to 3 CAS planes per week now. How are we doing over here? Lost 7 fighters to accidents. Why are we losing so many to accidents? They're decently experienced. Does this fighter have bad reliability? I guess 80%. Yeah, that's kind of bad reliability. Maybe we should design a new fighter and see if we can improve the reliability in it. So we'll upgrade the engine here. What's impacting our reliability? Anything I can do? None of this stuff. Strategic bombing. This would all make us slower. No, nothing I can really do there, but we can make it faster. So we will just switch to the Mark 1 model, pick up a little speed. Could use a little more aluminum. I'm sure we'll need more as we further improve our fighters. And I want my good divisions coming through here because we're going to attack. Just watching here, this is all stuff going on in the Pacific. Might be fun to fight in the Pacific as Brazil, but that is not my problem. Mexico joins the Allies. There we go. And here we go. I think our armored units are gonna do a number on these guys. Let's attack. We're having trouble pushing through here. We're taking some losses. What is in Larissa? Can I build a naval base here and get some supply coming in? That would be helpful for me. And in Epirus, that would be helpful for our friends. So shock and awe versus airland battle. Infantry, motorized, and mech, hard attack, tanks. Just looking at these real quick. Reinforced rate, air superiority is good. Recon. Let's go shock and awe. I think that does more just basic bonuses for our frontline units, so I'm going to stick there. And we also have our mine warfare. Why are we doing mine warfare? We want to be using torpedo tubes here. We have our shipyards available again, and we'll start pumping out some submarines. I know we've lost just a couple. I want to reinforce that. What should we start working on here? Could do Marines. It's 1942. Could do advanced artillery. We are, as I always play, an artillery-centric force. So I think it would be good for us to improve our artillery a bit. How are our planes doing? We lost 3 supports, shot down by AA, but we're bombing enemy troops. And what do we got over here? Hey, we shot down some bombers finally. We're disrupting a lot. And we shot some down, and maybe we'll get our accident losses reduced a little bit. We are losing some trucks to attrition, but we're still producing 2 a day. I think that should be fine. And we have a lot of tanks now. So some of these divisions here, I'm going to convert to tanks. Not pure tank divisions. To our infantry with armor divisions. Because that will make them much more resilient in attacking. And we're holding off pretty well, just dealing casualties to these Bulgarian units that are attacking us. Getting a lot of alerts for naval invasions in Indonesia right now. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fight through Greece, but attacking responsibly, not just throwing my troops away. And let's see if when this division comes in, if that'll be enough to swing it. Doesn't look like it, so let's stop the attack. We can still hold Larissa, no problem. Anywhere else we can start to make a dent? Norway's not going well. Should we send some guns to the Soviets? We've got 7,000 basic infantry equipment. We can send them some artillery. Anything else? I'm sure they'd like some trucks. And I'll probably regret sending those trucks a little later. I don't think I have enough of anything else to really be worth sending. What kind of planes do I have in reserve? Got some fighters in reserve. So I could actually build another fighter wing. Oh, and we are in dangerous territory with our manpower now, but now we're going up to extensive conscription, which starts to slow our training time, but we can offset total mobilization. And Japan's fighting through Vietnam now, pushing out the French. That's going to be a lot of Allied casualties when they lose that, but there's no saving them now. Here we go, just slowly building up my garrison force in Brazil. Let's convert this to one of my big offensive units. Yeah, that now the Japanese are invading Indonesia for real. Where can we push through? This is not well planned. But we're building up a sizable army now. I think we can start to really, we could put a sizable force on the battlefield when it comes to open combat in Western Europe. If we get a D-Day, I think we'll be able to contribute pretty well to that. Now, if we can keep this attack going, I think this third big division getting there should start to swing it our way. Let's throw cannons 2 on there. Only 94 days to go to advanced airframes. I think that's worth it for us. So we don't want to reduce training time. Maybe air production would be good for us. Oh, thought we were going to make it. I guess not. Down to 61% progress. Let's see what the stats look like for this. So we've got the intel advantage. We're attacking from multiple directions. We've got air support. Oh, and we've got good reserves here. We just need our reserves to join. That's what we need. So we need that coordination advantage. But we've got more fresh troops now, so we'll be able to push through. And this is a fortified province, so once we capture it, it should help us hold on to it. But they are throwing reserves in like nothing else. Luckily, my units are recovering quickly. I can throw them back in, and we should capture this. Spoke too soon. But we've got more fresh troops we can push through. I think we've got it this time. Here we go. Now we can hold off any counterattacks. Can we push here? I don't think so. We won't make it. No, you stay. What do we got? U.S. justifying against Vichy, France. Work on our resource gain efficiency. Who has Suriname? Okay. Or French Guiana, not Suriname. I was worried if it was Vichy that I'd have another fight on my hands there. But it looks like we're good. Just watching those invasions that keep popping up. How are the air battles looking? Good. Quite good. I think we're set there. Looking for a weak spot. Somewhere they don't have a lot of troops. But they're pretty well dug in here. I don't see anything that looks too weak. However, I think we've got enough concentration here to be able to push through. They've got some weaker units. Yeah, we've got it. And now we rescue these troops from Corfu too, so they can join our assault, pushing back up and liberating Greece. So it's 1942. Let's see how the world looks right now. Mexico is on our side. Australia is losing some ground to Japan. Japan's struggling in Indonesia a little bit, but they are still making progress. We've got American and Mexican troops all over the place. Japan's doing okay in China, not making as much progress as they would like, for sure. And the Soviets have landed in Romania. This is an interesting one. I've seen this invasion a few times. Usually when I'm playing Romania and trying to play through the Axis, it would be very inconvenient. But they are pushing through there. So maybe we'll take credit for that. We'll say it was the extra material we sent over to the Soviets that is enabling them to make that push. And this unit has basically no experience. I wonder why. We'll actually have them train for a bit so we can get them up to speed. Still working on getting the weapons 3 ready. Support weapons is never bad because it's basically free upgrades. Let's get some of our good divisions over here. We've got American divisions coming in. While that sounds good in theory, what I see happening in practice is they're going to eat up a ton of supply. Once these 2 divisions get in place, let's attack here. See if we can push through. Nope, not going to make it. Alright, got an extra military factory. Is there something we're not building that we should be? Maybe we could go for some more tanks and try for some pure tank divisions. Or if we need to, maybe we could lend lease some to the Soviets if they're having trouble holding out. Looks like the Raj has some tank divisions that are under strength, which I'm surprised the Raj built pure tank divisions. Ireland joined the Allies. That's an interesting one. It's pretty rare I see the Irish join. I see it sometimes, but not often. Though they're not too powerful at all. They can usually field just a couple divisions. Let's see. Let's see what they've got. Yeah, 3 divisions. 34 factories actually isn't too shabby. We've lost 159,000 troops. Do we even make it on the scoreboard? Yeah, we make it on the scoreboard with the Germans and with the Italians. So we're definitely plus here from a casualty perspective. Have we done any to Japan? Not yet. We are mobilizing, so we're still getting more troops. Our manpower is going in the right direction. What we're running into is this is just a lot of troops on a small front. I don't see how we're going to push through any major attacks. So maybe what we should do is build out a Marine Corps. Anything we should be spending our political power on here? I don't see anything major. We'll have improved infantry equipment in 3 days. We've got improved airframes coming up. Oh, we've got a little bit of a problem here in Italy. Or not in Italy, in Greece, with an Italian invasion. And that was the wrong army I assigned that to. So let's make sure we get this set back up correctly. This is the army I want to assign it to, and we'll just throw 4 divisions down there. We'll get them right on that front, and I anticipate them being able to throw this invasion right back into the sea. We've got just 3-4 Italian divisions, and the Greeks might even do it before we get there. but one of our big divisions is going to easily overpower these guys. So now I've got the political power to modify. Elusive Gentleman could be interesting. Maybe we'll spend it elsewhere. Let's go light aircraft designer, since we're going to have a new generation of fighters coming right up. Here we go. Let's just attack. We can push through this. So now we cost the Italians 4 divisions, and we can get right back to it. Now our submarine fleet is up to 13 boats, but we haven't hit much lately. I'm curious why. We'll increase our air support mission efficiency, and let's check on those. Here we go. Now they're looking good. We'll make sure we get air superiority in Greece, and we'll also go back on our close air support. What should we throw at it now? Got some electronics bonuses we haven't used. Let's just kick up the research speed. No reason not to. Could use some more steel. Working with our friends, the United States, for that. Could actually use some oil as well. Now that we've got a few more tank divisions and some more planes going, we're going to burn through some oil. So we're losing planes. They're not. We have a German fleet up here. Maybe I should send my my other fleet up here, so they can be a strike force and try to counter any German fleets I find. Not that I think that I could take out the German fleet on my own, but I'd anticipate having British support. Where am I getting these random British planes from? Now here's an interesting thing. Should I worry about maybe building out a strategic bomber force? It says I need 7,000 infantry equipment. That doesn't look accurate. But we've got a lot stored here. Because how are things looking in the air? Actually not great. We're losing a ton of fighters. Our air defense is lower than their air attack. I wonder why. And we're losing a lot of CAS. So I'm going to halt the CAS missions for now, so we don't just burn through planes. Let's take a look at what we can do. So I don't want to take any production away from artillery. I'm actually going to add a little bit. Because we've got that upgraded artillery now, and I'd like to see that getting into my troops' hands. Okay, it was just a convoy we lost. But let's get these guys set up as a strike force. So it's strike force. Vichy France has joined the Axis. Kiev fell, so the Germans are making progress against the Soviets. Now, with the one extra factory I've got, I'll throw it on artillery for now, and just keep trying to work on that. We don't have recon in our divisions. Maybe we should revisit our division designs. Could add a logistics company. That would be good for us. And how about our... Yeah, these guys have logistics companies, but our regular 21 with companies don't. So where is Vichy France going to be a problem? I'm going to break off just like 3 units here. 4. Yeah, let's do 4. Let's get a new commander for them. And we'll assign them to take on Vichy France. I think that they can push through pretty easily. I don't think that the Vichy French are going to have a ton there. So now things are stabilizing. Let's see what our equipment looks like here. We've got a couple advanced artillery starting to make their way in, so that's going to start averaging up the artillery stats we've got there. This is what our manpower is going to be at for a while now, until we do more mobilization. What else do we got? We got no divisions in basic training, because let's actually do some armor divisions, just one at a time. We're going to start putting together some marine divisions. Let's see what we've got. We're on the cautious offensive. I wonder if that'll actually lead to them attacking at all. And then with these divisions, let's get them on the offensive. We'll start capturing some rail hubs here, capture some ports, and hopefully improve our supply situation. I think that's going to be about where I leave it for today. You know what? Let's design our new fighter. We'll do that, and then we will call it a day. So fighter weapons. This is interesting because we can go with the much higher attack for an agility penalty. Let's just go with extra heavy machine guns, I think. We will go with engines 3. Anything special here? What do dive brakes do? They improve air defense and naval targeting, so they don't work for anything ground related. This is going to be our fighter. Let's give it a cool picture here. And we will switch up our production to be our new fighter. And while we're here, you know, let's do the same with the cast plane as well. Oops. So we will go with cast weapons with bomb locks. Go 2 bomb locks. Actually, instead of 2 bomb locks, let's go with cannons. Because that'll give us some air attack, but also improve our ground attack. Good engines on it. And let's see how this compares to our existing one. I wonder if I can see that well. Oh. I'm trying to see if I can pull up how that looks on individual missions. So ground attack is what we care about. That's 12. But on ground attack, it's 598 and 25 agility. And let's see. I got to do this one again. So we did bomb locks. We did cannons. So our ground attack is only 6. But it is, let's see, what's our speed like? Same speed, but we'll have some improved agility, air defense, and, I wonder if we take the cannons off, how that's going to look. It will be faster, at least. And how about defense turrets? We could try that. Let's try doing a defense turret on it and see how that plays out. And then pick our picture, because if you don't, it'll pick one for you, and never a good one. So we'll start building those out, and I think that's a good place to call it for today. So thanks again for watching, and if you've got any tips at all, please drop them in the comments. Love to see what you think. Hope you're enjoying the series, and have a good one.